Peter Drigo smashed his third 50 in 3 Yorkshire Bank 40 games this summer to help Somerset maintain their 100% record at the start of the competition as they defeated Middlesex by 6 wickets with 25 balls to spare in Taunton. Marcus Trescothick won the toss and decided to chase, leaving it to Rogers and Dawid Malan to get their side off to a positive start, something they managed to do with a host of early boundaries. This was an important game for Middlesex, who came into this match on the back of a defeat at home to Glamorgan and a rained-off match with Gloucestershire. Somerset, on the other hand, have got their Yorkshire Bank 40 season going with 2 thumping wins over the Unicorns and Yorkshire. Given those 2 matches, Middlesex knew that they had to pile on the runs to give themselves a chance on the usual good batting surface in Taunton. 61 runs came off the first 10 overs, a steady enough start, before Malan began to pick up the rate by taking 3 boundaries off Jamie Overton's third over. The partnership between these 2 left-handers was worth 73 runs and was ended to the second ball of the 12th over, as Rogers on 29 used his bottom hand to drag a delivery from Craig Mershady to Alvaro Peterson on the mid-wicket boundary. Malan had made steady progress in reaching 49, but he was next out at the start of the 17th over, pulling a Max Waller long hop straight to James Hildreth. Paul Stirling struck what turned out to be the only 6 of the innings, sweeping Waller with timing and power as the Panthers reached a total of 119 for 2 at the halfway stage of their innings. They now wanted to push on, but instead they lost Stirling to the second ball of over number 21. On a runner ball 28, he drilled a shot back to the bowler Waller, who held on impressively. Adam Rossington soon followed as Waller collected his 3rd wicket, the first time he's achieved that in the one-day game. So Middlesex were thankful for the experience of Joe Denley and Neil Dexter. Denley was once a specialist T20 opener, but was now finding himself in the important middle overs. He and his captain Dexter played those overs well, knowing that they had to keep hitting boundaries if they were going to set this exceptional Somerset side a challenging target. Well, they had to play the conditions and the pitch by having a respectable target in mind. Both batsmen would also have been mindful of the fact that the home side are capable of chasing down just about any target, especially in front of their home supporters. Denley and Dexter added 83 runs in 12 overs, but the latter was then given out LBW to Lewis Gregory, even though he appeared to be hit outside the line. So the Panthers now had 26 balls left to convert their 222 for 5 into something a little more threatening. With Denley passing a 50 off 55 balls with his 5th 4, they had a good chance of doing that. But instead, Steve Kirby took 4 wickets in the space of 9 deliveries. Gareth Berg was strangled down the leg side. James Harris mistimed a pull, the ball coming off the top part of his bat. And Denley, having made a runner ball 60 hold out to Peterson, with Tim Murtagh being bowled as the Panthers finished on 252 for 9 from their 40 overs. As usual with Somerset, their openers, Trescothick and Drigo, came out with all guns blazing, the former hitting 2 4s off the opening over of the reply bowled by Harris, and then tucking into Collymore in a style we've all become accustomed to. Both batsmen have indeed made exceptional starts to this tournament, with Drigo already scoring 2 rapid half-centuries, one off 25 balls and one off 26. He was off and running again, although at a snail's pace in comparison to his other knocks this season. He and his captain took 56 runs off their target in the opening 7 overs. Trescothick fell to the first ball of the 8th, trying to guide Berg to 3rd man, but placing this delicate shot into the gloves of Rossington instead after making 28. Errol Sapire was in at number 3. He struggled for form in 4-day cricket so far this summer, but here he looked very comfortable. He'd had some time to play himself in before he started to find his range with some thumping shots, as his side kept themselves above the run rate required, which began at 6 1/4 runs per over. Drigo was not as carefree as he often is, respecting this Middlesex attack way more than he did those from the Unicorns and Yorkshire. There was less of his brutality as he worked the ball into gaps for his boundaries, taking him past the 50 mark yet again, this time off a more patient 46 deliveries. He did go after the spinners, however. The target was brought down to a comfortable 100 off the second 20 overs with a shot of Malan, which just cleared long on. While he quickly then moved into the 80s with a bigger hit off Tom Smith. For Middlesex to have any chance at all, they had to have Drigo out. And they soon got him as he tried to smash Smith into the car park, only to sky a catch to Rogers. Trigo left with 81 runs to his name of 67 deliveries. His partnership with Sapire had been worth 110 in 14.5 overs. Sapire had just completed his own 50 off 39 balls when he also departed, trying to uppercut Harris but getting too much bat on it and giving Rossington a simple catch as long as he avoided tripping over his discarded helmet. Sapire was out for 60 at 173 for 3, which gave Somerset 15 more overs to knock off the remaining 80 runs. Peterson made sure that would be no problem at all as he deposited Smith into the distance. Only 35 were wanted off the last 10 overs and Somerset were by now cruising. That had been taken down to 30 off 46 balls when Peterson on 17 holed out to Smith off Tim Murtagh. What makes this Somerset side so formidable in these shorter forms of cricket is that as well as their explosive openers, they also have the likes of James Hildreth and Joss Buttler in the middle order. With these two now together, there was simply no way back for the Panthers, who were beaten with 25 balls left as Buttler walloped Harris over mid-wicket with as fierce a shot as you're likely to see. Job done as Somerset made it a hat-trick of victories. They won by 6 wickets in the 36th over and once again they look a very difficult side to beat in this competition. They now have to turn their attentions back to the more problematic 4-day game with a trip to Horsham to meet Sussex on Wednesday. Middlesex are next in action on the same day as they make the long trip from Somerset to Durham, also in the Championship.